Dear students, in this video, we will discuss an example of hybrid inheritance. So, as you know, hybrid inheritance is the combination of any two or more types of inheritance. So, this particular example is combination of multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance. So, we have three classes. Among class student, test and result, we have multi-level inheritance. For class test, sports and result, we have multiple inheritance. So actually this example will prepare result of some student. Okay, so some students result will be on the basis of test, and here we give some extra advantage to the student who are taking participation in the sports. So they will get some extra point in their result. So every student will not take part in the sports. That's why sports class is not going to inherit this test class. Only result class will inherit the sport class. Okay, so let's implement it and check it how to implement this hybrid inheritance. So this is an example, and let me correct it. Hybrid inheritance. Okay, and let's say we have a class name is student. So this class name is student, and this class has one protected member of ID. This class has one protected member, and member is ID. So it will be of type string ID, or you can say UID. And then this class has two public functions just to set ID and get ID. Void set ID, set UID, and let's say string X, and we say here UID equals to X. And then another function just to get ID. So let's make it a void function. We will print ID here, get UID, and it will simply print UID. Cout ID is equal to UID. End line. Okay. Now let's say another class name is test, and this class test has another two protected members. Both are of type double, subject 1 and subject 2. So these are marks in subject 1 and subject 2. And then we have public function set data and get data. So void set data, and this set data function will set the value of subject 1 and subject 2. So let's do it here. Input marks in subject 1 and subject 2, and then C in sub 1, C in sub 2. Similarly, just to display, void get data, and this is subject 1 and subject 2. It will display marks in subject 1 and subject 2. So Cout subject 1 is equal to sub 1 end line, and Cout subject 2 is equal to subject 2 end line. And then we have another class name is sports. This class test is inheriting class. Student let's check it here. This class test is inheriting class student, so we will test it here. Yes, so this class is inheriting class student, public student. Okay, now let's say I will implement another class sports, and this class sports has one score. Let's say it is protected and it's of type integer or type double, because it will be some score in sports activity, and let's say it is score, and just public functions to set and get a score. So void set score, int x, it will be equals to score is equal to x, score is equal to x, and just to get a score also we will make it void, or let's say double get score, and it will return score. Okay, now we have another class. This class is sports is not going to inherit any class. Now we have the last class, that is result class. So this result class is just have one private member, and let's say member name is total, and this is simply total will have all the total, how marks of subject 1, subject 2 and sports activity. So we have one public function, and let's say my function name is display, void display, and what this display is doing? This display is, first it is saying total is equal to sub 1 plus sub 2 plus score. So because we didn't inherit anything yet, so let's inherit class test publicly, and let's inherit class sport publicly. So now you will not have any error. Okay, so this time I take members publicly, then it will display this score. So cout total of marks is equal to total. Okay, and then it will display student ID also. For which student you are talking about, it will display student ID also, everything. So here you can call get function, display function for every, like void get UID for student ID. So here you can call get UID. Okay, and then you can call here get data function, marks of different subjects, and then you can call cout get score, and then yes, end line. And before doing this you have to set the value, you have to set the function. So let's say void input. So for inputting, first we will input UID, so set UID. First we will call set UID, and because it has some string variable, let's write some variable. Okay, let's write some value x, and let's say string x. Okay, instead of inputting it here, I will input it there. Let's just change a little bit my set UID function. So let's say cout input ID. It will be good, it will look good, and then we can say cin UID. Okay, and then we have set data function. So it's perfectly fine. Then we have set data function, so we will call set data function also. set data function. Okay, and then we have another function for sports, but we said that every student is not taking part in sport, void set score function. So here we will say we take one input x, see out input value of x, enter 1 if student participates in sports. Student participate in sport activity. Okay, else otherwise enter 0. Otherwise enter any other number. Okay, so that's it. End line and then C in x, and then if x is equal to 1, if x will be 1, then we will call the set score function. And how set score function is written? I put it on some integer value? No, I will take an input from the user. Scene input is C out input score, scene score. Okay, so if it student take part, then it will input a score, else here score will be 0. So we will call here set score function, else we will not give anything to score, else score is equal to 0. Okay, else we will put 0 for the score. Now let's say inside main we will call, so system pause, return 0, system pause, then return 0, and then let's say I write an object of class result. Let's say object is R. So R dot input and R dot display. And let's run it. Let's check it what happened. So when I run it, it will ask for, oh, there is some error. Let me check what happened. Sport get score function call missing argument list. Somewhere I missed argument list of get score function. Let me check it. Oh my god. Sorry. What happened? No, let me check it. Okay, let's close it. Where is get score? Okay, here. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, let's say ID is 1, 2, 3. Input marks is subject 1 and subject 2. Let's say 23 and 65. Input value of x if a student, let's say 1. And then it will ask for a score, let's say 2. And then it will give you marks. ID 123, subject 1, subject 2, score and 90. 23 plus 65, that is 88 plus 2, that is 90. So in this way you can implement hybrid inheritance. Let's say ID is 1, 2, 3, 6 and then 23, 65 and I enter 0 because a student didn't take part in. So score is 0 and total marks is 88. So this is example of hybrid inheritance. We have 4 classes: class student, class test, class result and class sport. Class result is inheriting class test and class sport, while class test is inheriting class student. So this is a scenario how we can prepare result. So hope you understand it. Thank you for watching the video.